Hey guys, welcome to the high quality and better lighting part of the videos of my channel. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to make my videos more high quality and edited better to reach out to more subscribers and to get more. And you may be asking why do I want more subscribers? That's so my channel can get interactive with the subscribers, because when you have more you can do things like Q&As and polls, and you know, it just becomes a lot more interactive. I'm also going to start preparing what I'm going to say for the videos, because before I used to stutter a lot and I will not be stuttering as much, and it should be hopefully less annoying. Alright, so here we go. Welcome to my 3-part tutorial on the EG method series, and in this video I'm going to be doing the EG0 or CLL subset. So in these 3 videos I'm going to be showing all the algorithms I use. I'm going to put a picture of the case like up here, should be like right there, and I'm going to be showing what I do and how I recognize it, and just everything about that case that is helpful. But in this first video, it may be a little longer because I'm going to explain all about the EG method and the different kinds of things you can get with the EG method. So, for example, so here is a EG0 case. Basically, EG is there's 2 methods. There's 2 steps to the method. You solve one side, the colors really don't matter, and then you should be able to solve the rest in one algorithm. Sounds cool, right? By this point, you're probably wondering how many algorithms you have to learn. There's about 120. Now, don't freak out, because actually you can just break down these algorithms, this 120 algorithms, into subsets of 40. And I'll explain that in a little bit. So there is EG0, where you have a layer solved, and then you have a last layer case. There's EG1, where you have a layer solved, you would have a bar on the back, and then you have a last layer case. And then there is finally EG2, where you have a diagonal stop on the bottom and you have a last layer case. So basically there are 40 algorithms for each subset of EG, and as I showed you, there are 3: EG0, EG1, and EG2. So in this video I'm going to be showing you the EG0 subset, or CLL, because I just learned full CLL and I find that I want to share it with you. Alright, so in EG0, what you're going to do is you have to solve one layer. You cannot, okay, so I'm just going to scramble it here just to give you an example. Okay, so I can see, and excuse if I'm really bad, it's just kind of hard to see behind the camera. Okay, so here I see I could insert that piece there, and then from here I can insert it in the back. So I have a layer solved. So now I'm just going to look for which CLL case I have, and I recognize it by looking at the stickers. So I have this one, and done. Excuse me, I'm sick. Okay, so now I'm just going to show you which algorithms I use for all of these cases and how I recognize them. Since there are 7 OLL cases on the 2x2, the soon, anti-soon, T, L, H, and pi, I think, there are 7 cases. And for each 7 cases, there are 6 algorithms. Like, there are 6 soon algorithms. There are 6 anti-soon in a case, so you get the idea. There are 6 algorithms because there's 6 ways that the top layer can be permuted while the corners are oriented incorrectly. I'm just going to give you an example. Okay, so if in this, wait, you know what, I just want to use the regular soon. So in this example, if you try to align as many corners where they should be, you can see that all the corners here are just twisted wrong. They're already permuted correctly, just oriented incorrectly. So doing a soon solves it. But in this example, let's see, wait. Alright, so in this example, if you try to line up as many corners as you can, so I'm just going to do this one, you see you can get one here and one here. There are 2 opposite ones that need to be switched. This is a diagonal swap, but it's also a soon case. Okay, so I will solve that. So the next one is, if you line this up correctly, you can't, or if you try to line up, you can't really line up 2 correct corners. You can here. So if you put in these 2 correct corners right here, you can see that these need to be switched. So by doing that, switches them. Alright, so here's another one. Okay, so this one, you can, let's see, it's align the corners. You have two pieces here, these need to be switched. So to do that, you would just, oh wait, I'm sorry. If you have, oh yeah, you would do this. Sorry, I'm just not thinking right now. Okay, so basically you get the idea, and I just showed you some examples. So there are 6 different algorithms for each set, for each OLL case you can have. So you can solve the permutation along with the orientation. So now I'm going to be showing you all of the algorithms I use. So let me just set up each case for you, and I'm going to show you which algorithm I use. The algorithms will be on not in the description, on top right here, and the picture of the case should be about right here. Okay, so right now I'm going to show you how I recognize them. I recognize different cases in different ways. So in this, I recognize the soon cases by looking at 1, 2, 3, these 4 stickers. So what I expect here that you know full layer by layer. I mean, like, just at least try to know full OLL, like for 2x2, because it will really come in handy. And if I bet you already have, and you're probably already using Ortega if you're watching this. But I expect you to know full OLL for 2x2 so you can know which case you have. So like by now, if you were to just blend to get the cube, you should be able to recognize fast this is a soon. So the way I would recognize it is by opposite colors and pairs of the same color. So you should know your color scheme. You should know which colors are opposite. Like you should know that green and blue are opposite, and you should know that red and orange are opposite, and white and yellow. So if I have a soon case here, it's green and blue, which are opposites, and red and orange, which are opposites. So this algorithm is probably the regular soon you know, even from 3x3. It was the beginner method algorithm, where you got this, and you just did that. So on the 2x2, I have opposite here, and then I perform it like this. I do that with my finger, so I don't have to regrip. Okay. My next case is a diagonal swap. So I have opposites here, and I have a pair of the same color here. Okay? So, and then the algorithm I use is this. Okay? So now, the algorithm, or the next case I want to show you, I guess would be this one. Okay, so this one I have opposites here, and opposites here, and the same here. So this case, I had a little trouble trying to recognize it, but now I have an easier way to recognize it. I recognize it kind of like a pattern. Color, opposite color. So it's like a little pattern of color, opposite color. So if I see, like, for example, I'm just going to solve this. If I see it even like this, I see I have color, opposite color. So that's how I would recognize it. And this is just a random color, which really does not matter. And then the algorithm I use is this. Okay. The next algorithm is like this. It's where I have opposite colors here and the same is here. Basically, I see two opposites, and if I see the same color on the side, I know I have this case. So this is the algorithm I use. Okay. Alright. Now, the algorithm I use for this one is... Alright. So this one kind of... I used to get confused with this one. I don't know why, but now it's kind of easy. I have opposite colors here on the side, and then these colors should be the same. So what I would do is this. It's actually just a combination of two OLLs. It's not very efficient, but for memory, to memorize it faster, I just did this. I do a sex move, and a sledgehammer, and that's another OLL case, which you probably should know. And then now I have a regular soon, so I just do this. So basically what you should be doing is just, so you should do all in one movement, because you should already know which one that is. Okay. My next case is like this. Alright, so you should have, this one is similar to the soon, but it's not exact. You do have two pairs of opposites, but you have two opposites here and two opposites here. Okay? I'm really sorry. But this one, I said before, two opposites here and two opposites here. And this algorithm is performed with your left hand. And there are multiple ways to do this, but here's the way I kind of choose to do it. So you can, it's actually L prime, U2, L, U2. But the way I perform it is more like R prime, F2, R, U2, and then R prime, F, R, F prime. So you can see that. Instead of doing L, U2, that's kind of hard because I'm a righty, so doing L, U2 is kind of weird for me. So if I use my right hand and do R prime, F2, R, it's the same thing as doing L, U2, L prime, or L prime, U2, L. So as you can see, basically what I'm doing is this, by doing this, I'm doing the same thing as doing that, if you can see it visually. Okay, camera focus. It's not really focusing on me right now. That's kind of okay. Okay, so anyway, so I'm L prime, U2, L prime, wait. Okay, never mind, just, the algorithm is on top. Okay. So, now that I've covered all 6 cases, I'm going to move on to the anti-soon set. So the anti-soon set, I actually do have multiple ways of recognizing it. It really just depends. My brain works on symmetry and mirrors, so I do that. I have watched Chris Olsen's CLL recognition guide, and I personally think it's great, but sometimes I have found different ways to recognize the cases, and something that suits me better. Like the anti-soon cases, Chris Olsen had showed to hold it like this, and then you should be able to recognize it with these stickers and these stickers. But honestly, since I would hold the soon like this and recognize it like this, I hold it like this. It's kind of like just a lefty version of the soon. Like you can see opposite colors here instead of opposite colors like that. So I also chose to hold it like this because a lot of the algorithms I use are like R2, U2, R prime, U2. So it's a lot of R, like R moves. R and U. Like think of another one. There's you know, I just can't think right now, but that doesn't matter because I use a lot of R moves. So I end up having to hold the cube from this position. And then by recognizing like this, I don't have to do a U2 or whatever. So I just recognize it from this position. So the first thing I'm going to show you is going to be regular soon. It looks just like a regular soon on like soon, you know what I'm saying? But it's an anti-soon. So the opposites are right here. The opposites are right here. So it's just the same. And there's that, you can do it with your left hand. Or you can do this algorithm. This is the algorithm I use. Okay. Yeah. Here's the next algorithm. So as you can see, I have opposites here and the same color here, just like the other diagonal swap. And then the algorithm I use, I actually keep the cube like this. And I'm going to do this. That is actually just a backwards version of the regular diagonal swap algorithm I use. And it works for anti-soon, so I just use that one. Let's see. The next algorithm I'm going to be showing you is this. Okay. It's where you have, you remember how I said color, opposite color? It's the pattern thing, and then the random color. So what you're going to be doing is just do a sledgehammer. So it's going to be just sledgehammer, RU, R prime. Easy. Super easy algorithm to remember. Sledgehammer, RU, R prime. And that's actually just a more optimized 2x2 algorithm for the Nicholas. So I'm just gonna do a Nicholas here. I'm gonna set it up. So if you see this case, it's it's a Nicholas case, because if you do this, it's actually just a Nicholas. But it's just a little more optimized for 2x2 since you're only worrying about corners. So yeah, that's the algorithm I use for that one. This one would be, let me see. Yeah, I should have opposite colors here and opposite colors here, just like the other case. This one I personally like, and I use it for 3x3. If I ever have this case, instead of doing a left fat soon, I find that to be very annoying. I could just do this. So for the algorithm for this, should be right here. Yeah. The next one I'm going to go over is this. It's going to be the same color here and opposites here, just like the other one. So on the other one I did a sexy move sledgehammer, and then soon, this time I'm just going to do it all with my left hand. And I just prefer to do that. I really don't know why. It just, I guess it's for ease of learning. I just wanted to memorize the CLLs quick. So the algorithm I use, I just do it with my left hand. Left hand sexy, left hand sledge, and then left soon. And it could be performed all in one movement. Yeah. And then my last algorithm is this one. I have same color here, and I have opposite here, and just random color. So this one, I really do not like it. This is one of my least favorite cases. I'm doing, like, you know how for this one you would, on the right hand, you would do an inverse sledge, and then U2, R, U2, R prime. But for this one, you're doing it with the left hand. So the algorithm will be in the description if you're not good at mirroring. Alright. So I just finished all of my anti-soon and soon cases. So feel free to pause the video at any time if you want to like see the algorithm, because of course it'll be on screen. And I guess I'm not going to put a picture after all. I just think that's too much editing. It's kind of unnecessary since I'm already showing you what I'm doing on the cube. Yeah, I guess so. Let's go to the U cases, I believe. I think, no, you know what? Let's go to pi cases, because pi cases are really easy to memorize and they're easy to recognize. So the way I recognize the pi cases is I have opposite colors here. Or no, I'm sorry. The way I recognize the pi cases is I look at these 4 stickers. I don't have to look at the side or anything. I just look at these top 4 stickers. It's super easy. So the 2 pi cases, this is a solved. As you can see, all the corners are just twisted in their place. So you have a bar right here and opposite here. A bar of the same color. So you're just going to do F sexy 2 times F prime. That's not too hard to remember, honestly. Here's this one. Sorry. Instead of having the bar on the right, you should have the bar on the left and the opposites here. You may get confused if you're trying to go fast and you haven't trained your recognition. You're going to get confused with bar on the left, bar on the right. Bar on the left means it's diagonal swap. Because if you want to put this corner here, I'll put this corner here, you can see these two need to be diagonally swapped. So, anyways, this is the algorithm I use. That should solve it. My next case, let's see. Next case I do is this one. So we have a bar and a bar. Really easy to recognize, in my opinion. And what I would do here is I would do a sledgehammer. R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime. I find that pretty easy to recognize. My next one is also really easy to recognize. It's a checkerboard on top. And you can see that pretty easy. It's just opposite, or like same. It's a checkerboard. Looks like a checkerboard. Okay? So, the way I would recognize it, you know, I just already said. And then this is the algorithm I use. Okay. So the next case I have is, I think, okay. So this next case I have, this is a little more harder to recognize. These are the ones I kind of am slow at recognizing for now until I train my recognition. So right here, I see I have opposite colors and same colors. So I don't really use the opposite colors and same color. What I do is if I see that I have one pair of opposite, one pair of same diagonally, I know I have one of these two cases. So I look at the same colors. Are the same colors on the left side, like, because for some reason I feel like this is just going to the left. I go up here to the left. So is it over here or is it over here? So on this side, for this, it's over here. And I'm going to do this algorithm. I'm going to do just an inverse sledge, U2, RU prime, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. Really easy. 2gen, everything. It's really easy. Alright. So now I'm going to be showing you the next case, which looks like this. The same colors are here and the opposite colors are here instead. So what I would do for this one is I would do R, U2, R prime, U, R, U, R prime, U2, sledgehammer. So those are all the pi cases. Alright, so I'm going to be showing you how I recognize the U cases now. Okay, so let's begin with the first one. So this is an algorithm most people probably already know, but don't know how to recognize that as a CLL case. You have a bar here and opposites here. So the way I recognize these cases are, I have a bar or opposite, or it doesn't really, it's just, I'm looking at these stickers. This one, this one, this one, this one. So I recognize I have a bar and opposite colors right here. So the algorithm I'm going to use is, I think most people know I have sexy move F prime. Next algorithm, corner twister. I'm going to recognize it because I have opposites here and bar over here. So basically, if you cannot recognize you can just see, just align it here and see the corners are twisted wrong. Sorry. Corners are twisted wrong. So you can just do this. Okay. So now I'm going to be showing you this case. This case, I have opposites here and opposites here, but the thing to note about this is the opposite. I have also opposites here and opposites here. Same color here, same color there. So basically, it's a checkerboard. It really looks like a checkerboard. And if I were to twist the corners like a pi case, you see I have a checkerboard. It's pretty much the same thing, which is kind of cool. But anyways, so I have opposite here, it's like a checkerboard. Like this. And if you don't understand rotations, notation, that rhymes, I'm so awesome. If you don't understand notation, oh my gosh, whatever. If you don't understand X, Y, and Z, just watch me rotate the cube, and you'll know which direction X is, or whatever. Okay, so I'm rotating it like this. I'm gonna do this. Wait, sorry. I sometimes forget. Okay, so it's like this. There. Alright, so my next CLL that I'm going to show you is this. I have a bar and a bar. Easy to recognize, and it's also just kind of easy to see because it looks like you just took out these pieces, put them on the wrong way. Alright, so I'm going to do a rotation again, and remember, it's going to be like this. Okay. Let's see. It's going to be like this algorithm. Okay. So now I'm going to do this case. So these cases, one of these two cases, these cases are really annoying. I don't like recognizing them. It takes me kind of a while. And the algorithms are they're not hard to learn, in my opinion, but they're just kind of annoying. I just don't like these cases at all. So these next two cases are going to be recognized a little differently. I'm going to be recognizing them with same color, a pair of same color, and a pair of opposites. So for both of these cases, you're going to hold it like this, but the headlight's facing you. So the way I recognize it is I see I have the opposites going up to the right or going up to the left. So I mean the same color, sorry. So I have the same colors going up to the right, so I recognize that I have this case. And I'm going to do this. All, of course, up on top. My next case should be this case. Instead of the same colors going up to the right, they're going up to the left. And then, so that's pretty easy to recognize, just kind of mirror images of each other. And the opposites are here. So anyways, this is the algorithm for this case. Alright, so those are all the U cases. And now I'm going to show you the T cases. These cases I recognize the same as the U. This sticker, these stickers. Easy. So, for these T cases, I see, most of the time I don't usually use C bars. Like right here, I have a pair of same colors and a pair of opposites. So this algorithm is just simple. Sexy move, sledgehammer. You should probably know that if you know full OLL for 2x2. Alright. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I did forget to mention something. Wait. The bar should be facing you. I mean, like, the same colors should be closer to you. I'll show you why. This is important. Opposite color should be in the back. Same color should be facing you. I'm going to show you why that's important right now. I have opposite colors here and same colors here. So if you see that you have opposite colors facing you and the same colors in the back, you're going to need to turn it around so that these are facing you and these are in the back. And then you're just going to do left sexy move, left sledgehammer. I find it to be very fast. I can do it fast. For the TPS I have right now, I think that's fast. Okay. So that's how I recognize that case. I guess this case, I have same colors here and same colors here. Yeah, it's really not that hard. Okay, so same colors here, and I guess if you want to, there's a bar here, but what I would do for this one is hold it like this, and I do okay, I have that case. Now I'm going to do this, because I have this case. So for this case, I just see I have corners twisted. But if you really want to recognize it with the colors, which recognizing with sticker colors is much more recommended than recognizing by twisted corners or permutation. Because if you have it like this, and you're trying to recognize it, you're not going to be able to see too well if the corners are twisted. The only way you're going to be able to see if the corners are twisted is if you have this layer lined up with this block. And then you'll be able to see if they're twisted. But I use this algorithm to to solve it. Personally, I just like executing that algorithm. I don't know why. It's a little weirdo. Okay, my next case is this one. I have the opposites here and the same color here. And then what I do is I would put like this. I personally, this algorithm was kind of fun and easy to remember for me. Okay, there's that case. Why is my camera not focusing? Alright. And then the last case I think should be okay. Sorry. So for this case, I actually thought of this myself. It's actually pretty dumb, but it works. I have opposite colors here and a bar right here. And for this, if you just turn it around, you actually just have a J-perm or a T-perm or whichever algorithm you use. So it doesn't matter how you hold it, just turn it around, you're still gonna have a J-perm. So you can just take care of the J-perm there. You just turn it, so basically, just recap, you just turn it around like this, even if it's like this. If you have it like this, you can still turn it around like this, and just AUF and then ARF. So that's what I use. Honestly, it's really easy to remember. And those are all of my T-case algorithms. And yeah, now I'm going to be going on to the L set. So this set was, I kind of used Chris Wilson's method to recognize, but I found that my method kind of can be easier sometimes. What I do is I look at all 4 of these stickers, and some algorithms this comes more handy, some algorithms this doesn't. This one, for example, the sticker is really not needed. It's kind of just these 3 stickers. And then what I see here is I have opposite and opposite here. I have same colors and opposite. So what I do is I just see like a little checkerboard here, and I have this algorithm. Yeah, it's kind of easy. This one, if I see I have, this sticker is not needed in this algorithm, it's just these 3. So I see that I have a checkerboard but going this way instead of going like that, I have this algorithm. Okay. And if I, let me, well, there is this algorithm. This algorithm, I actually came up with myself while trying to blindfold solve. It's kind of just, what I did basically was, I think F prime and then the Y prime without the F. I don't know, I did something, but I figured that I could cancel a lot of moves and actually make it into a CLL. And it's actually really helpful and fast to execute. So, well, the way I recognize it is I use all 4 stickers. I have same here and same there. Like some people would do same there, but it's kind of not helpful for me. So what I do is I see I have same here and same there. So I'm gonna hold it like that, or like it's in the back. I'm gonna do R prime, U prime, and then I think I'm canceling into the Y prime. The algorithm's on this, like on the top, so yeah. Okay, so my next algorithm is, this is one of my favorite algorithms, one of my favorite CLLs. It's 2gen and easy to recognize. I have a pair of opposites here and a pair of opposites here. So instead of it being same, it's opposite. So basically what this is, it's a corner twister. And actually the way I found out this algorithm was from ZBLL. I started learning ZBLO, but I quit after finding out the ZZCT algs were released. Like, I did want to learn ZBLO, but if ZZCT is way more useful, then I would do that. Anyways, not really important right now. I didn't recognize the colors at first, but I just saw I have the ZBLO, and I can do this. Wow. So I tried doing that on the 2x2 to see the result, and I actually tried recognizing it with CLL, and I got this. So I'm like, wow, it's actually pretty easy. So what I can do is I see I have opposite and opposite, and this is the algorithm. I know that may seem long. Wait, sorry. I know it may seem long, but in reality it's actually very easy and fast and fun to perform. So, not that good at it yet, but people with good TPS and spam the TPS could probably do that easily. So my next algorithm is this. These cases are the worst for me, and I hate recognizing them, and I don't like the algorithms that much for them. Excuse me again. Okay, so for now, like what I used to do for this one is I just used to cancel into the Y perm and solve it, but I found that is not very efficient. Wait. I found that's not very efficient, so I don't use that anymore. And I just learned the CLL case instead. So So basically the algorithm is just this. I have same colors here and opposite here. So it's kind of just same, opposite. So in both of these case examples, the same colors, they're going to be same colors, and the opposite's either going to be here or here. So if I see I have same, then I know that I have either one of two cases. Opposite here, opposite here. So in this case, the opposite is here, and the same colors are right here. So the way I would do this algorithm would be like this. Yeah, and of course it's up there on top. Anyways, the next algorithm and the last L case, which you should know, is this. So as I said, same colors again, of course, but the opposite is here, not here. Pretty easy, like, to distinguish between the two. Just trying not to get confused while speed solving, and then the algorithm should be like this. So I'm just gonna do that again, and I'm gonna turn like this. So okay, and now finally to the H cases. By far the easiest CLL and the fastest the fastest one I do. There's two ways to do it, and I'll explain how they work in a little bit. So basically, the basic algorithm for this is, okay, so the way I recognize it is I see just look at the top four stickers just like pi. So this one I see that I have a bar and a bar, but the bars are connected to the headlights. As you can see right here, the bars are connected to the headlights. So the basic algorithm is just R2, U2, R, U2, R2. That is so fast. That's really my favorite CLL. But I'm going to show you something kind of interesting, and I feel like this should be said. So depending on how you hold it and how you perform the algorithm, there's different ways that this can turn out. So basically, you can do it R2, U2, R prime U2, R2, or you can do R2, U2, R, U2, R2. Either one does the same thing, but changes the AUF. So if you're holding the cube so that the bar color that's on the right is the same color as this right here, and you do R, U2, R prime, U2, R2, you're going to have no AUF. But if you do the same thing, and you do R, U2, R, U2, R2, you're going to have a U2 AUF. So I think R prime is faster, but if you want to avoid having a U2 AUF here, you could just do R, U2, R, U2, R2. Like, if you can kind of understand what I'm saying, I'm really bad at explaining things because my brain speaks another language than English. Yeah, that works. I don't want to learn a complicated CLL for this case, so what I decided to do was just use one I already know. This one, instead of the bars being connected to the headlights are the bars. So I have a bar here and bar here, and the headlights are facing the same way. And I just do F, sexy move 3 times, F prime. It's pretty easy, in my opinion. Next case I have is... Yes. I have opposite colors here, and bar here. Now for these next cases where I have bar and opposite, these next two cases, there's only 4 H cases, you're going to have to be careful about how you hold it. Really have to be careful. So I have opposites here and a bar here. And I'm going to hold the cube like this. But I have to make sure that the opposites are on the left and the bars on the right. Because if you do it like this, you're not going to get the right, you're not going to get a solved cube. I'll just demonstrate. I got a diagonal swap. Wait, I did it wrong. Yeah. Okay, so you have to hold it with the bar on the right and the opposites on the left. And the algorithm is just this. Easy enough. And I think this one is... Alright, so this one, I have a bar and an opposite color. And the bar should be connected to the headlight and the opposite color should be here. So you're going to hold it the same way, but the bar should be in front. The bar cannot be in the back. It must be in the front. I'm telling you from experience and ruined PBs. Okay. ruin PBs and experience. Hold the bar in the front, and then the bar should be connected to the opposite. I mean, to the headlights, and the opposite should be like that too. Okay, so it's just gonna be F R2U 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 R2. Well, yeah, that's pretty much all the CLOs, but I need to mention 2 other ones. Here's an example. I know this is set up, but I really don't care. This is an OLL skip. I have a bar on the back, and I have the colors here. It's going to be an OLL skip. Sometimes you can have OLL skips, and there are 2 algorithms, which you should probably know. You have to know at least one of them. I know for sure. So, if you're going to solve this, you have an OLL skip. And this is actually, I think, considered a CLL. You have, like, 2... The way I recognize it is I have 2 corners solved, 2 corners need to be switched. Like, you know, you should know what this is. There's different algorithms for this. Use your own. I'm not gonna show an algorithm. I personally use the JPerm, but really, you should know an algorithm for this if you can solve the 2x2 and are watching this video. Okay, I think I can do that faster. No. Sorry. Okay, I'm not really, it's kind of hard to speed solve behind the camera. Last algorithm. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do it. Here's another OLL skip. And if you do this, you're not going to have any case that I just showed earlier. Oh, look, a diagonal swap. So learning CLL does not necessarily mean avoiding diagonal swaps, but you can get them only 1/42 of the time, and that's very low chance. It's like getting a OLL skip is very rare, and getting a last layer skip is even rarer, but you're not going to get this often, so you shouldn't worry about a diagonal swap too much. The algorithm I use is YPerm, because I usually never have to diagonal swap, and if I ever get this, it's not going to ruin my average. Like, I honestly, I can do it faster on a 3x3. Okay, it's really hard to cue behind the camera. Okay, so if I ever get that, I just use a Y permutation. So yeah, those are, I guess, that's all the CLLs I use, and thank you so much for watching this video. And if you actually watched it all, and actually are trying to learn from me, that I really appreciate that. If you could leave a like and subscribe. I really worked hard on this video. This is my first video I'm really trying to work hard on. And thank you for watching. Next part, I do not know full EG1, but as you see, I do know full CLL. EG1, I'm just going to introduce it here, is where you have 2 pieces to be swapped and a CLL case on the top. So you just do one algorithm, and you solve both. I think it's pretty cool. I don't know them all yet. I don't know if I should learn them all. I don't know if I will make that video. I don't know if I'm going to get serious about 2x2. Either way, it's still pretty cool. And thank you for watching. I hope this helped you. And I think I do have presented some tricks in here that have not been shown in other YouTube tutorials. And I think they can be helpful. But some of the stuff may not be as helpful as other tutorials. But I just think that this will hopefully be able to help you. And yeah, thank you for watching. And bye. I hope you learn all CLL, because CLL is really fun. The reward is, once you learn it all, you feel really good about yourself and you feel actually very accomplished. So thank you for watching, and I hope you can share the same experience with me.